I just knew, and I screamed out, Casey! I just knew! Hey guys! Everyone always thinks that if you're a twin, you must have some great stories to tell, especially ones where we're mistaken for each other, eh? Of course we do, and so do many other twins. Apparently, the world really struggles to tell identical twins apart. Well, that is until you know us, right?
Yeah.
Well, from awkward hugs from strangers to full-on being called someone else's girlfriend. True story. Today, we're diving into the most embarrassing times identical twins are mistaken for each other. Stay tuned for our one, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Because being a twin isn't just fun and games. Sometimes it's full-blown identity crisis. We can cringe and laugh together. Let's go! Let's start with the crush confession catastrophe. Imagine getting to know someone in your class and liking them, thinking they like you too, when it doesn't go the way you imagined it would. This happened at uni for identical twins Ava and Maya. Ava enjoyed her classes, except for one, but it was always made easier to get through because she had a friend that she worked well with. Problem is, her friend developed a serious crush on her. It started with small talk, then DMs, and the person even said things like, I feel like we just connect, you know. You're so easy to talk to. Ava, being polite, but not really into it, other than friendship they had, gently kept some distance. One day, the crush saw the other twin, Maya, at her locker, mistaking her for Ava. Yep, that's right. He went for it, walked straight up to her with confidence and blurted out, okay, I have to say it, I really like you. I feel like we have had something good going on for a while now, and I just wanted to finally tell you. Maya froze and blinked. We've never actually talked before? There was a long, painful silence. Maya explained she has a twin and he must be confused. He looked embarrassed and walked away. Oopsie. A couple of days later, both Ava and Maya ran into him at lunch and he joked, honestly, I don't even know which of you I liked anymore. Maybe both. Sad thing is, Ava secretly started to like him, but his poor choice of words and attitude over twins made her realise she had a lucky escape. That is not what twins want to hear. No! In those sort of situations, sometimes people get embarrassed and say the wrong things over twins, but come on, saying things like you don't know which twin you like is such a cliche. Yeah. That no twin is going to give you the time of day, that's just horrific. Sorry. Next up, we have the workplace mix-up. One twin, let's call her Emma. She works in a corporate office. Her twin sister Lena is a freelance designer who dresses more casually than her sister. One day, Lena is meeting Emma at her office to grab some lunch together, wearing casual clothes, sneakers and all. While Lena was waiting in the lobby, a manager saw her and said, Emma, we're waiting for you. Uh-oh, the brainstorming meeting started 5 minutes ago. Lena tried to explain that she wasn't Emma, but the manager completely cut her off. So, she was ushered into a glass-walled meeting room, full of suited-up employees and a whiteboard covered in diagrams. Lena panicked, but rolled with it. She sat down, nodded thoughtfully, and said things like, I think we really need to centre the new customer experience in the new rollout. Have we looked into user feedback from the Q2 dashboard? Whether she knew what she was talking about? Well, everyone was in agreement with her, like it was the smartest thing they had heard all week. About 10 minutes in, the real Emma walked by the room and did a double take. The look on her face when she saw her twin in her seat was priceless. Cue the awkward moment. Emma enters the room and asks Lena, what are you doing? Oh my god, can you imagine the confusion? I know, right? The whole room gasped. The manager was so embarrassed, red as beetroot. everyone realised they had been pitching to the wrong twin. Lena had been absolutely killing it. The manager later joked that Lena should join the team. She probably should have. That reminds me of the time when I took over your office. Yes. Now that was a good twin switcheroo. Check out our video for that story. Yes. Are you guys ready for the twins that cheated? Or did they? Dakota was so excited to take his girlfriend on a date night. He had no idea where to go for a nice meal, as they have their usual favourite spots and he wanted somewhere different. So Kyle, his identical twin brother, suggested a really nice restaurant down by the beach that he regularly goes to with his wife. Apparently they have a delicious steak and he must try his favourite dish that he always gets. I can see where this is going. It's date night and Dakota takes his girlfriend to this restaurant. His brother was not wrong. The restaurant was beautiful, with stunning views, and the food was amazing. However, the atmosphere seemed to be a bit off. Did they dress incorrectly for the place? Was it because they were new customers? Dakota just couldn't place the feeling. The attitude of the staff was a bit off and unsettling, to be honest, a little abrupt and rude. It's now time for his girlfriend's favourite, dessert time, and she wanted to see what their cheesecakes were like. The waiter brings over their dessert and says the most awkward and weird things as he places the cheesecake down for them to share. He says, 2 spoons, just like always, although usually it's a different kind of sweet tooth sitting across from you. Hope it doesn't leave a bitter aftertaste, unlike some secrets. Oh dear. Dakota didn't really have time to react to what the waiter was saying, as the waiter seemed to be in a hurry to serve another table. Then, another waiter arrived at their table to say, that cheesecake is a bold choice, isn't it? What was going on? Dakota wasn't going to be quiet this time, and he spoke up. It turned out all of the staff at the restaurant thought he was his twin brother, having no idea he was a twin after all these years. They thought Kyle was cheating on his wife and had the audacity to bring his bit on the side to the same restaurant he dined with his wife on a regular basis. The staff couldn't believe it when they found out. Obviously, they were stunned, embarrassed, and very apologetic, and then offered them a free meal for the next time they came in. Dakota and his girlfriend did return to the restaurant, only this time on a double date with Kyle and his wife. Thankfully, not only was the restaurant beautiful, but the atmosphere was much more relaxed and pleasant, and the staff, well, they were extra polite. How embarrassing. Good to know they weren't okay with Kyle cheating on his wife. How awkward that must have been for the staff. Yeah. Thank God it turned out to be a twin mix-up. We can't miss out on an exam swap, can we? Nope. You know, every twin eventually thinks, could we pull off switching places? Well, these identical twins decided to test this theory during their finals. Uh-oh. One was great at math and the other one, well, she couldn't calculate a tip to save her life. The weaker one at math had a dreaded math exam coming up, so they switched places. Easy. Throw on the same school hoodie, tie your hair the same way, and walk into each other's classrooms with confidence as though you belong there. Simple, right? You would think. So the math-savvy twin, let's call her Alex, goes in confidently, sits down and starts breezing through the test. But 20 minutes in, the teacher, who never really paid much attention, suddenly walks over to her and says, "You're really flying through this test today. Everything okay at home?" Alex responds with, "Yeah, why wouldn't it be?" The teacher looks suspicious, narrowing his eyes, and asks, "What's your sister's name again?" Alex freezes. Didn't expect that. She blurts out Vanessa. The teacher responds and says, "Interesting, because I have a twin brother, and if I were you, I'd be very careful how you answer next." Alex had no choice. She admits the swap. The teacher sighs, then does something unexpected. He says that he should fail them both, but because he did the exact same thing in high school with his twin, he found it funny and bold that they had the courage to go through with the twin swap. He let it slide, just this once. He passed them both, but told them to never try that again, especially in my class. Got to be honest, we've swapped classes before, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
But we've never taken each other's exams. No. I guess it can be handy being a twin. Yeah. If you can get away with it, unlike Alex and Vanessa. Saying that, mostly it was the teachers that wanted us to swap to wind up the other teachers.
Yes, it was.
It really was. Meet twin brothers Jake and Sam. Identical in every way. Haircut, build, and the same deadpan sarcasm. Also, as it turns out, the same frequent flyer number. Why? Because years ago they signed up under one account to rack up points faster. Never had a problem. Until now. Jake had a 9 a.m. flight to LA for work. Sam had a totally separate flight on a different airline to Dallas later that afternoon. Sam shows up at the airport, scans his boarding pass at the kiosk, and the screen flashes. Boarding was denied. Passenger has already checked in. He tries again and again, but same issue. What could possibly be wrong? Confused, he walks over to the desk and lets them know that he is having trouble scanning his boarding pass for his flight at 3:45 to Dallas. The gate agent looks at the reservation, then back at him. He says, according to our system, you boarded a flight to Los Angeles this morning. Sam tries to explain that it wasn't him and that it must have been his twin brother. Being a twin could be hard sometimes. The gate agent is sceptical and says, right, your twin brother. Sam goes on to say, yes, identical. Same last name, same face, but different guy, I promise. The agent scrolls through the information and points to the record. He continues to say it says this frequent flyer number was already used today. So unless you flew to LA and came back in under 6 hours, Sam stops him from continuing and pulls out his phone, showing a photo of him and Jake together, standing next to a happy birthday mumbaloo. He even opens his message from Jake with a message saying, just landed, LAX is chaos, send help. The agent's expression finally softens halfway between concern and amusement and says, okay, it's starting to make some sense now. Turns out the airline system automatically linked the booking to the frequent flyer profile. Since Jake boarded first that morning, it flagged Sam as a duplicate check-in and blocked him. They had to manually detach the loyalty number from Jake's earlier flight and reassign it to Sam's current one. It took 15 minutes and a supervisor to override it. As Sam handed back his ticket, the gate agent said, next time, maybe consider not sharing an identity or at least get different haircuts. So yeah, apparently his face flew to LA before he even made it past security. Now, we both know that we tend to like the same style of clothes. We could go into the same clothes store and 9 times out of 10 we would pick out the same outfit. Now time for the identity crisis. Twin brothers Zach and Eli grew up wearing matching clothes until they were old enough to protest. Then spent the next 10 years accidentally picking the same outfits anyway. We can relate. Yep. They didn't try to match. It just happens, especially when there is a good sale. Yep. One weekend, they both separately decided to check out a new store downtown that had just opened. Great streetwear and decent prices. Very Instagram guy who drinks overpriced coffee vibes. Eli gets there first. Walks in, browses for a bit, and finds a great jacket and decides, yeah, this is the one. He tries it on, snaps a mirror selfie and buys it at the counter using the store's new loyalty program. The cashier signed him up quickly under the name Zach because that's the card he used. A shared account he has with his twin that they both use sometimes. Fast forward 2 hours later, Zach walks into the exact same store and tries on the exact same jacket, thinking it's fire, completely unaware that his brother had bought the same one just a couple of hours ago, and he heads straight to checkout. The same cashier from earlier is working. She stares at him, looking slightly puzzled, but polite. She says, "Back again, huh?" Zach is confused and says, "What?" That's how we would react. Yeah. She continues to say he was there 2 hours ago. "You've already bought this jacket." Zach says it wasn't him. The cashier is very confused at this point. Zach buys the jacket and heads off. That night, Zach and Eli both show up to their friend's birthday dinner wearing the exact same jacket and embarrassingly the same dark jeans and trainers. Oh my God. Everyone assumed it was a twin bit. They didn't plan it. It just happened. They were so embarrassed. Eli said that they just both have great taste. To their surprise, the cashier woman was at the same party. A friend's sister. She walked up to them and said that it explained so much. She thought she was having a deja vu or going completely nuts. And they all laughed about it. Okay, are you ready for our mistaken identity? It was really embarrassing. Yeah, for you not so much. I kind of stole her dinner. Yeah, you did. I still maintain that it was not stealing. It was stealing. It was sharing. It was stealing. Sharing. It was theft. Felony level thievery. She's so dramatic. Okay, so it's Friday. You know how you like a takeout on a Friday night. I'm tired. I'm starving. I want to get ready to enjoy my lovely slumming it weekend. And it starts Friday nights. Not in the mood to cook, obviously, so I do what any responsible adult does. I order takeout. Scrummy Thai food. It was delicious. I'm sure it was to you. I wouldn't know, would I? So yeah, I placed the order like a functioning human and was tracking that little delivery bike van like my life depended on it. Like this. Meanwhile, I was at home too. Yeah, you were. Just minding my own business, chilling in my PJs, okay? Watching The Notebook, my comfort movie, and thinking, wow, I could really go for something greasy and delicious right now. Yeah, Sometimes we do order takeout on Fridays. It's not a habit or routine, but we do on the odd occasion, don't we? Yeah. Now here's where it all goes downhill. So I thought this particular night that Case was done for the night and was snoozing. I mean, it was quite late. Yeah, it was. And you'd been a while, so I just thought you'd what, upstairs? Yeah, I just thought you'd gone to bed. Yeah, I was watching The Notebook. Yeah. My doorbell rings. I open the door, and there's a delivery guy holding a bag of food. My Thai food. Okay. My food. Okay. But you know how sometimes we both order from the same place? But did you? What? Did you order anything? Or say anything to me about dinner? Or the delivery? No, but I assumed you ordered for me too, you know, like we usually do. Yeah, but we never had the conversation at the time. Actually, besides, where were you? I was in the bathroom. Right. And I didn't take my phone into the bathroom, unlike you with your phone permanently attached to your damn hand. You snooze, you lose. I didn't hear it, you know? Anyways, I say thank you and I take the food, I shut the door, get comfy and dig in whilst watching my movie. Meanwhile, I'm still hungry, but I get a message saying my food has been delivered. So I run to the door quickly like it's Christmas morning and nothing. Well, at this point, I've already plated half of my food, left the rest of it in the bag on the kitchen counter, and I'm already elbows deep in spring rolls, vibing, ready for the kiss in the rain scene. Okay? You do love that movie. I do. I love it. It's a good movie though. Yes. Did it not occur to you though that there wasn't that much food ordered? Like the meal wasn't really for two, was it? Really? Did it not seem like a smaller amount than normal when we ordered together? No, that didn't occur to me. I thought they were just stingy.
Well, normally we get a few extra spring rolls, don't we? This time it was like...
It is a regular place that we do buy from, though.
Yes. So, I call the delivery guy. I say I didn't get my food, and it's saying it's delivered. Where's my food? I hope you haven't delivered it next door, because that has happened before. It's always the one at the end, you know? And we literally have to go there to get our food.
Yeah.
He said, no, you answer the door. Apparently, I confirmed the order and the address. So I'm starving, not understanding the situation because I clearly don't have my food. So I say to the delivery driver, can you come back? I haven't got my food. I don't understand. Where are you? Like, what's happened? I haven't answered the door.
You clearly don't understand the situation of what's happened.
Yeah.
So I bet you was fuming.
I was.
Thinking they had it next door, right?
Yeah, I did. I was like, I don't have it. I haven't answered the damn door.
No. They are nice, though, so they would have given it to you.
Yeah, I know.
If they had it.
Yeah. I know that's how I knew they didn't have it, because they would have given it to me by now and said the delivery driver's got the wrong house and this is yours. So the guy shows up and is adamant to me that he was here and gave me the food, and he recognises this face.
That's hilarious.
This face. Really not, Case. Really not. I was starving by this point and exhausted from work. I just wanted to chill and eat. I didn't know what I was going to watch, though, to be fair. This guy was so sure he had given me my order, and we were arguing back and forth, back and forth. I think he thought I was a bit nuts, to be honest, or I was trying to get free food or something. But I was just trying to get my food that I ordered. It wasn't until he said something about bloody unicorn PJs. I just knew, and I screamed out, Casey! I just knew!
Oh my god. My comfy unicorns.
Okay, to be fair, I do have the same PJs.
You do?
But that's not the point. You take the piss, you know.
I didn't mean it. I came running out to you.
I was arguing with the poor guy for like 20 minutes when you had the food all along. I felt so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed. And he was looking at me like I was crazy all that time until he saw you next to me. When he saw you next to me, that's when he realised I wasn't chatting a load of rubbish. I apologised to the guy, and I had to give him a tip. Well, I would have given him a tip anyway, but I gave him a bit more. Basically, I was proper having a go.
Well, I left yours on the kitchen counter. I can't believe you didn't see it.
I didn't know it had been delivered.
Right.
And you could have called out to me, you know.
Right.
I would have appreciated that, you know. Instead of taking most of my food, you left me with half my food. Like, for one portion, half my food, I got cold spring rolls and like 2 grains of rice.
Oh, please. Anyway, sharing is caring. I gave you more than that. Well, I'm not allowed to answer the door anymore.
No, you're not.
For takeouts, unless I've ordered it now.
Yeah, so yeah. That is the story of how Casey, committed food fraud.
Guilty as charged, but full.
If you enjoyed our twin chaos, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment below if your sibling has ever stolen anything from you, intentionally or not.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out our other channels on Instagram and TikTok, and we will see you next time. Ciao for now.